with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News NOWCAST.
And good Monday morning. Thanks for jumping on Facebook Live. It's a mid-morning check of some of the stories we're watching at Erie News Now. We start off in Washington, where for the first time in more than 18 months, the justices of the U.S. Supreme Court, they're gathering in person today. It's the High Court new term, and over the course of this new term, the justices are expected to decide on some of the most divisive cases they have had in front of them in decades, with a list of issues that includes abortion, gun rights, the death penalty, even religious freedom. The High Court's conservative majority does have the potential to roll back a half-century's worth of abortion rights. They could declare a right to carry a gun outside the home, bolster the death penalty, and let some families use federal tax dollars for religious schools. All different cases here. The justices also expected to address challenges to the Biden administration's nationwide vaccine mandate and the Biden administration's continuation of that DACA program for young immigrants. All of this in this new High Court term comes as a new Gallup poll puts the Supreme Court's public approval rating at its lowest point in more than 2 decades. Well, as of today, New York City public school employees are going to have at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine, or they'll be out of a job. The new mandate going into effect today as children nationwide are facing those higher COVID infection and hospitalization rates. Meantime, the CDC put out some new COVID guidelines for the upcoming holiday season. Officials say in order to get vaccinated, if you want to travel, that's the best advice. They're also advising folks to wear masks in indoor public spaces if you're not vaccinated or if you're in an area of what they consider substantial or high COVID transmission. As the Delta continues to spread, the CDC says the safest way to celebrate the holidays is to just do that virtually or perhaps just with the people who live with you. And the identity of that Facebook whistleblower has been revealed. It's 37-year-old Frances Hogan, a former Facebook product manager. She came forward, did an interview with 60 Minutes that aired on Sunday. She has released tens of thousands worth of pages of internal research, documents that she says shows Facebook prioritized profit over public good. Facebook pushing back, calling the claims misleading. They cited the work they have done to keep people safe on Facebook's apps. Well, back here at home, some local union workers are walking the picket lines this morning. We'll take a look at the scene at the Erie Strayer plant on Rudolph Avenue on the city's west side. Members of the Iron Workers Local 851 walked off the job this morning and, right onto the picket line. These union workers say they've been working without a new contract since March. The negotiations with the company, they say, have broken down over issues like wages and benefits, even the length of the next contract.
They want a 5-year contract. We don't want a 5-year contract because, with the way the economy goes, you don't know what's going to happen 5 years down the road.
The striking workers are part of the Erie Strayer Company's cement batch plant operations, 50 of them or so, impacted by today's work stoppage. Erie News Now did reach out to the company for comment, but have yet to get an answer. Well, state police are investigating a deadly weekend crash down in Crawford County. Took 2 lives. Happened Sunday afternoon on Route 408 in Rockdale Township. A pickup truck and SUV collided. According to troopers, the male driver of one vehicle died, as did the female driver of the other. A male passenger from one of those vehicles had to go to the hospital. So far, authorities have yet to release any of the victims' names. Well, down in Harrisburg, state lawmakers are considering a bill that would let kids at least 14 years of age and up decide for themselves if they want to get the COVID vaccine. This is Senate Bill 856, and it would give minors 14 years of age and up the ability to consent to getting that vaccine without needing their parents' okay. The measure has been referred to the Pennsylvania Senate Health and Human Services Committee, basically mimicking a portion of the current state law that lets kids age 14 and up consent to inpatient mental health treatments. Could be a while, though, before this measure moves down in Harrisburg. That same committee is a pretty busy one. They're reportedly in the process of considering some 40 other pieces of legislation. Well, local school districts, some in our area, are taking extra steps as they try and deal with a shortage of school bus drivers. Erie News Now's Molly Samora takes a closer look.
We're looking for people who are interested in filling in the time. It's great for young moms and grandparents.
DNR transportation owner Robin Titus tells me right now they have enough drivers for all their routes, but they need backups.
Probably been more lucky than most. Just at the time that we are losing a driver, we have another one that comes on. We are at a minimal right now, but we're looking forward to maybe this class getting a few more with us.
That's why they're holding a driver class 4 nights this week for 4 hours each day at their facility.
Heard a couple of phone calls the other day, and I do know one person that we're actually holding the class for, very anxious to get her driver's license.
I asked how many drivers they would like to have.
It'd be nice to have 4 full-time subs so that they can jump in a seat when we need one.
Titus hopes offering these classes a few times a year will help continue to not have a driver shortage at their district.
Been very fortunate. I know some places that they're doubling up and doing 2 shuttles to get their kids to school.
Well, some more reporting there. Meantime, it's the start of a pretty important week for Erie's business community. The Erie Regional Chamber and Growth Partnership's 2-day event known as Homecoming is getting its start today. We do have some video from the 2019 version of the event, last time they held it in person. They're calling this year's homecoming event Back to the Future. The Chamber says it'll offer up what they're calling a time warp of Erie, then and now. Those presentations, tours, all the networking opportunities, they kicked off this morning down at the Bayfront Convention Center. And we saw a little rain earlier on today. Looks like we do still have some clouds in place, David.
Down by the Bayfront we go, and yeah, you can certainly see that cloud cover in place. It is warm, it's a little sticky out there. We did have some early morning showers, but we really haven't seen too much since then. But later on this afternoon, looking at more of those scattered showers, possibly even a thunderstorm. Mill Creek, Upper Peach Street, as we check out Peach Street and Interchange Road, 69 degrees later on this afternoon. Again, we'll be watching for a few more of those scattered raindrops, but we'll actually manage a little bit of sunlight as we turn into the afternoon. That should bump those temperatures up just a little bit more. So we're close to 70 in Erie. Inland spots just a bit cooler overall, 64 into Meadville, Bradford, 66 in Warren, 64 in Jamestown, Clymer, New York, 65 over there in Corey. Weather impact index for today, looking at some of those areas of showers, so we've put it at a 1 for today. Still pretty sticky, and it's going to be mild, not just for today, but really for the next couple of days, at least unseasonably mild. As we look at satellite and radar here, you can still see a healthy amount of clouds across northwest PA, but into Ohio, they're seeing a few more breaks. We are getting a couple of showers out there towards Oil City into Titusville as well. Just a couple of showers moving on through, but we'll see a few more develop as we get into the afternoon, at least a little bit later into the afternoon. You can see by 2, 3, 4 o'clock, that's when some showers start to develop a little bit more. And then by the early evening hours, we have not only that chance for some of those scattered showers around, but even a rumble of thunder as well. We get into the overnight hours, things really settling down, areas of fog to start off your Tuesday, and then maybe just a very stray shower as we continue into the afternoon. Can't completely get rid of those rain chances on Tuesday. We'll head into the middle of the week. Once again, could be starting off with some areas of fog, especially back into those deeper river valleys. Your zone outlook for today, we are expecting temperatures to try to get their way up into the lower 70s. We'll see some more showers later on, a little bit of sunshine from time to time, not much, but it is going to be on the mild side today. Crawford County trying to get to that 70-degree mark in some spots, and we'll do upper 60s, close to 70 degrees out there in Warren County. The warming trend continues to get a little bit warmer in that 7-day outlook. We'll discuss that in just a moment.
Hall of Fame quarterback Tom Brady, he managed to steer his relatively new team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to a victory Sunday, a victory over his former team, of course, the New England Patriots. They called it the return. Yeah, lots of folks keeping their eyes on Tom Brady's return to Gillette Stadium in Massachusetts. Brady shared a moment with the Patriots team owner Robert Kraft when he got to the stadium, then headed out into the field. Yeah, first time back at Gillette Stadium as a visiting player. Kind of got a little boo too from the crowd as he took the field. Yeah, certainly a homecoming for Tom Brady. They went on to beat the Pats, his old team. The final score 19-17. It was a missed last-minute field goal that sealed the victory for the Buccaneers. Tom Brady now the fourth quarterback with victories against all 32 NFL teams. I believe Seattle is the only city where he has not won a road game as a starting NFL quarterback. All right, one of the biggest lottery jackpots ever. Getting a little bit bigger this morning, counting down to a big drawing coming up tonight. Yeah, the winning numbers for that $635 million jackpot for Powerball drawn on Saturday. No winners, though. It was the 10th largest jackpot in U.S. lottery history. sixth biggest Powerball drawing ever. They now have the jackpot set at a minimum of $670 million with that newly added Monday drawing going off again about 11 o'clock tonight. David, we'll cross our fingers, spend $5 hopefully, and maybe not show up for work tomorrow.
Yeah, or the rest of your life, I guess.
There you go,
Temperatures over the next couple of days, assuming I still have a job tomorrow. We'll continue to forecast, and we'll have lower 70s through your Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at that, actually getting close to 80 degrees in some spots. Some spots we're gonna manage a little bit of extra sunshine by the middle of the week. By Thursday and then Friday into Saturday, looking at more of those passing showers possible as we are in kind of an unsettled stretch, at least towards the latter portion of the week. Temperatures staying up into the weekend, still in the middle 70s.
Our next report set for noon on WSCE, and we've got 2 hours worth of news coming your way tomorrow morning. Starts at 5 a.m. It's the Tuesday edition of Erie News Now Sunrise, and we'll see you then.